Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to convert an HL7 message into a healthcare resource, as defined by FHIR using the Iguana integration engine. We'll be using Iguana's REST capabilities to implement this interface. To get started, we will create a channel to receive messages via an LLP listener, and then process those messages using the Iguana translator. The LLP listener will receive an HL7 version 2 message from an external system, validate the message, and then forward it to the Iguana translator. The translator will then use a shared module called FHIR to transform the PID segment of the incoming message into a patient resource in XML format. Finally, the Iguana translator will upload this patient resource to the RESTful FHIR test server using the HTTP put command. Now, let's see the actual implementation. Here, you can see the Iguana dashboard with a channel called HL7 to FHIR. This channel has an LLP listener that is listening for incoming HL7 messages, and the translator that has the script that will transform these messages into the FHIR standard. Let's explore the translator script. The URL seen here defines the resource location on the RESTful server. The ID @IGU4 will identify this patient resource. When a message is received, the translator will parse it using the specified VMD file, and then call the map data function and pass along the PID segment, along with all of its contents, for further processing. Map data will then call and use the shared FHIR module that defines the XML template for a patient resource. The template seen here contains elements such as name, phone number, and date of birth, which are all parts of the patient resource documents. When we call FHIR.patient in our script, it will return an XML document with all the elements defined in the shared module. We can then map each element of the XML document with corresponding fields from our PID segment. Once we've completed mapping all of the fields, our map data function will return a string containing the XML representation of a patient resource. The final step of our script will be to use Iguana's Net API to upload this patient resource to the FHIR test server that was defined by the URL we saw at the beginning of the script. To test our implementation, we'll start the channel and send one HL7 message to the defined port. With the message sent and no errors reported, we can check the FHIR test server to see if everything was processed correctly. The FHIR test server allows us to search by user ID, so we'll navigate to the search screen and enter our identifier, IGU4. We hit search and immediately see the XML representation of the patient resource that was uploaded by Iguana. Just like that, we have successfully transformed a typical HL7 version 2 message into FHIR using Iguana. Iguana plus FHIR equals integration. Done.